First of all, welcome back. Good to see our students back here. And we also felt that atmosphere out there for the game. We had a great crowd tonight, tremendous energy, and down the stretch in a close ball game that can really propel you. And I thought it really helped us. I have a lot of respect for Campbell, for John and his team. I think they're extremely well coached. They play hard. They've got great guard play and a really tough interior player. We just try to stick with the game plan. It was, back and forth type of game, and it seemed like we could never get over the hump. But we were able to finish the game strong, and we had our guards made some huge plays down the stretch, and then defensively we were able to get 3 stops to end the game. So, just really proud of our guys for finding a way to win this game here tonight.
All right, well, questions for Randall and Juwan. Randall, what did you see on your drive for your last basket? It looked like it was kind of an adventure through there.
Yeah. I mean, credit to my teammates for getting everybody open. But when you drive, I just drove in, just kind of laid it in, just being aggressive and confident.
Was that something you'd seen that might be available at that point, or?
Yeah. I mean, just a jab and try to get to the rim. Just got to be confident with it. If you're not confident, then you probably won't see that.
For either of you guys, as mentioned, there's a lot of energy in the building tonight. How did that kind of impact the way you guys played down the stretch?
I say it played a big part, but I think we started off kind of slow, and then we decided to have our own energy. Like the crowd brought energy, but we got to start with energy.
Juwan, how do you think you guys kind of hung in there? Because they had some good stretches that, pushed the lead out there a little bit at times.
I think from our experience this season, like we know games is going to be ups and downs. So the main thing is just keep fighting, keep playing tough, keep playing, aggressive, because that's what's going to get us back in the games, or that's what's going to keep us ahead. Can't have any drop offs, too many at least.
In those final 4 minutes of the game, you guys held them scoreless. What did you guys do differently on the defensive side of the ball?
Defensively, we just picked up our urgency and we started communicating more. And on ball screens, we just try to play to our advantages, keep them guessing and stay aggressive. Try to keep the X on the O most of the time, and just complete the plays, like grabbing defensive rebounds, and securing the ball at the end of the play. That was the biggest thing for us.
Are you guys just kind of telling yourselves, hey, if we get a few stops, we can pull this out? Is that part of it? Because that's what you needed.
I think we was playing good defense, but I feel like it was really rebounding. Like that's what's going to close the possession. And I see right here, we out rebounding my 4. It's not that much, but I think that kind of tells the tale of the game.
So you guys, as we kind of talked about, you guys kind of just stayed with them internally the whole game, and then kind of came back just at the end. What do you think that says about the resilience of this squad?
Yeah, no, I think it says a lot about this team that there's a lot of fight in that locker room with those young men. They always believe in themselves, and they're going to continue to compete regardless of the score, the situation. And this was a tough game again. This is a really good opponent. So you just have to continue to stay in it. You can't lose your composure when things aren't going your way. Miss a shot, foul, no foul. You just have to keep playing. So I think it really says a lot about our guys, how much we've grown and matured over the course of this season. And hopefully, again, better things are ahead for us.
I think earlier you said you finally got over the hump. Well, I mean, that's the only time you got over the hump.
Yeah.
It was kind of a strange game. I guess you're going to lead once, but I guess that's the right time to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, did you sense that if you just could get there, that you might be able to finish it?
Yeah, I mean, again, both teams were just playing really hard, and it stayed within kind of that 1 to 2 possessions. We made some big shots, and then they'd respond with a big shot, or we get a rebound, offensive rebound to score. They get an offensive rebound. So both teams were just making plays, and we try to use a lot of bodies. Obviously, they had multiple guys that played 40 minutes, right? So they don't have as much bench depth right now. So we just try to keep fresh bodies out there as much as possible. I think some of our unsung heroes, Ned Hull, the minutes he played down the stretch was really invaluable. He's plus 12 on the stat sheet, and he didn't make a shot, right? But again, it's execution, it's defense, it's position. DeMarco really came in, had some struggles early in the game, but the second half, our 3-quarter court pressure and up and ball screens really helped us. So I think, again, it was just a total team effort, and we just tried to stay with it until we could get a lead.
What do you guys learn from tough conference games at this point in the season?
Yeah, it shows you what you can become. And as Jawan said, we got off to a slow start against these guys. Again, they run a lot of ball screens. They've got some dynamic scores. We're in a hole, so it was a lot of catch up for us. But again, what we learned is that we're always in the fight. Just stay in it, stay after it, continue competing. And again, I love the way that we were able to execute down the stretch. That's always a big thing. Is if you find something, can you execute? Can you get the shots you want? We had one turnover there late game that Chandler threw away, but we got a lot of layups, late in the game, and that really helps. You can set your defense and helped us again continue to cut the lead, and then to a point to where we could get the lead.
The turnover, was that the one that went off Casper?
Yeah, yeah.
Could have caught it too, but either way. I mean,
Yeah, it was a tough pass. It was the right look. He just didn't execute the pass the right way. But we had gotten a couple layups, and thankfully Randall was able to get downhill on the next possession. And as he mentioned, they do a pretty good job of not allowing a lot of 3-pointers. They're kind of point distribution wise. They don't allow a lot of threes. So you have to be able to drive the ball with physicality and score. And I thought in the second half, obviously Randall's play at the end, but Chandler had a drive and an and one before that was a big play. Casper had a drive and a finish. That was a big play. Casper drove, missed one, offensive rebound, put it in. So we had a lot of drive and finish through contact, which is really important against a team like Campbell that tries not to give up a lot of threes.
actually, that and one turned into a 4-point possession, as it turned out, because you missed the free throw, but you got it.
Yeah, great hustle play there by Randall. Again, just a 50-50 play and just kind of getting in there, getting your nose in there. It's a huge possession play. So those plays are big. When it comes down to a one possession game, and they got some offensive rebounds that we allowed. So again, we've got to tighten some things up, but certainly much better to learn from a win against a really good ball club.
How satisfying is it that defense? I mean, in the last 4 minutes, like Miles said, I mean, I know defense has been kind of a problem at times, and that's what pulled you through. I guess.
Yeah, no, it's always going to come down to that. Can you get the key stop? I said to the guys in the locker room, it was similar to the Northern Illinois game where we struggled for a lot of the game, and then all of a sudden, we string together a bunch of stops and we get some separation at the end. So again, sometimes it's just you just have to figure it out. You got to dig in. You got to figure out how to get a stop. Make sure that you're not leaving shooters open. Obviously, DJ Smith had a huge night against us. He's a dynamic player. He scores it in a lot of different ways. He leads the league in 3-pointers made and free throws made, and we see why. He's a very talented ball player. So I thought we did a good job down the stretch, kind of limiting some of those clean looks and didn't give him free throws.
We've had a lot of balance. We've had a lot of balance this year, but it seems like with 4 guys tonight, did that even make it better or maybe more unpredictable down the stretch?
Oh, definitely. Again, Randall got layups down the stretch. I thought Carr was aggressive throughout the game, attacking. And when you have that many guys that are putting pressure on the defense where they can't just all line up on Chandler, now all of a sudden Casper's driving it and scoring, Chandler's driving, like it really makes it hard on the defense and it makes our team more complete. And again, I was just really proud of having so many different guys step up for us.